Ecological issues, they affect us all. And so, tonight on Second Nature, we'll be recycling some old nature footage.
EMO, the diaper-wearing faggot.
Bang, let's start the fucking show, eh?
You're going to jail.
I will never leave YouTube.
I don't give a fuck about the fucking law. I'll beat your ass.
Don't come to my channel again. You will be banned.
I'll beat your ass.
You officially entered the wet panty zone.
Folks, let's move on over here. Thank you for joining me on this Thursday night. Got a little bit of this, a little bit of that to cover. You know the drill, folks. What can I say that hasn't been said? We got some Von Helton to cover. I don't know if he's been up to much. I haven't been watching. We got a few morning copies and a live stream with Cisco, which I'm sure will be engaging. An hour of Von not listening to Cisco, ranting about himself, and, you know, Cisco nose breathing into his headset, I'm sure. If anybody knows if there's anything worth watching, or better yet, worth avoiding, let me know when we get there. Like I said, we got lots to pick from, and there's no way I'm going to go through everything. So, we'll see what's going on there, what's new in Von's life. I'm sure not much. I don't see much of J-Dubs. I don't think the wound is completely healed, folks. I don't think the wound has completely healed. Sorry. Of course, the big news this week that's out and around the communities, there's a passing of another goat, troll extraordinaire, Music Biz Marty. Now, of course, whenever something like this happens, there's rumors, speculation, conspiracy theories, and Cyrax is no fool. Nice try, Marty. He's not believing it. Now, I never knew Marty personally. I exchanged one or two messages on Discord kind of thing, but I mean, first of all, I'm sad to hear of anybody's passing, and that's really unfortunate, especially the way that he passed, if true. I will say this. I mean, there's videos of people phoning, the funeral home to make sure the arrangements were legit. That could be faked. They live streamed the service. That'd be pretty hard to fake. But I guess all things are possible. All I'm going to say is, if it is a troll job, if it's true that, because his channel got really popular in the last year for whatever reason with Cyrax, just exploded. He's getting 1,000+ live viewers. And if he took that money he made and planned this grand troll job on Cyrax, I mean, that's commitment. That is commitment to a troll job. I've got to hand it to him, but I don't think so, folks. I think it's legit. I got a video from Masshole Mafia that we're gonna check out on the topic this evening, folks. We got a little bit of Cobra. He's got a sad video. Something else. I think another homeboy has fallen to the wayside. We're gonna check that out. I haven't been keeping up with Rev and Shanny. I got no idea if anything interesting's going on there. Rev, actually, we may have to stop in there, because Rev, I shouldn't say that, because Rev was, I don't know, he's getting his birth chart read by some fucking weird dude putting on makeup, and yeah, maybe we'll have to go over and check that out. We might have to take a little detour from amidst the Vaughn stuff if it's too boring, and see what the fuck's going on with that. But folks, without any further ado, let's get our drinks poured. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm thinking about getting into 3D printing, folks. I'm thinking my newest hobby. I'm about ready to pull the trigger here. I think it's time before the world goes to shit. Complete shit. I'll be able to make myself a gun in the zombie apocalypse. Alright. Easy. In Minecraft, by the way. Alright. Let's see. tasting pretty good, folks. It's tasting pretty good. It's a good omen. Right there, we'll top her up. Okay, well, you didn't come to listen to me, folks. Let's get the cavalcade of stupidity rolling here. Let's start with a classic, folks. Set the tone for tonight. Thumbs it up, all that good stuff. Cozy in. We're about ready. Keep your fingers and your limbs inside the vehicle at all times, folks. Things get kind of wild out here in the weirdo wonderland. So let's ease into it. Oh yeah.
Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me tonight? Are you sorry we drifted apart? Does your memory stray to a bright summer day when I kissed you and called you sweetheart? Do the chairs in your parlor seem empty and bare? Do you gaze at your doorstep and picture me there? Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back again? Tell me, dear, are you lonesome tonight? I wonder if you are lonesome tonight. You know, someone said that the world's a stage and each of us must play a part. Fate had me playing love with you as my sweetheart. Act 1 was where we met. I loved you at first glance. You read your lines so cleverly and never missed a cue. Then came Act 2. You seemed to change. You acted strange and why I've never known. Honey, you lied when you said you loved me, and I had no case to doubt you. But I'd rather go on hearing your lies than go on living without you. Now the stage is bare, and I'm standing there with emptiness all around me. And if you won't come back to me, then they can bring the curtain down. Is your heart filled with pain? Shall I come back again? Tell me, dear, are you lonesome tonight?
We'll be right back after these messages.
I want everybody out there in Google land to Google this right now. Google this right now, everybody in Google land. In North Carolina, do you need a concealed carry permit to concealed carry a black powder firearm? It will say no because they're considered antiques and not firearms. Says it openly in the law on the first page that you Google. They're going to destroy my pistol because my attorney and the DA don't know the law. They just, well, they use the one that some states have got this law that says if it shoots a projectile, it's considered a weapon. It says that antique firearms are exempt from all other gun laws. There's no carry permit to carry required at all. Also, I'll repeat for the one person in here, go to Google and say, hey Google, In North Carolina, is a concealed weapons permit needed for a black powder firearm? And it will say, no, it's not needed. So they're going to destroy my pistol because the DA and my attorney would not listen to the law. After that, go to Axon, go to Google and say, hey, Google, can Axon body camera footage be edited and deleted? And it'll tell you all the ways it's edited and deleted. Another thing, my attorney just didn't know that they could edit body camera footage. What backwards world are we in where an attorney agrees with everything the state says? So here's the deal. I need you guys to help me fight. Or everybody can make it easy. Everybody contribute and purchase me a new black powder firearm. It was stolen by the state, and the state should replace it or give it back. North American Arms out of Utah, 22 mag black powder revolver from North American Arms, and mine's got the fold-out grip on it. They unlawfully stole my gun and charged me with concealed carry. Unlawfully stole it and charged me with it. And my attorney did nothing. I mean, the DA must have known it was a weak case. Why would she just fine me? Well, we'll just take his money. Just take his money. At least we'll take a gun off the street. And that's the way these people think in government. At least we got a gun off the street. Well, guess what I've got on me today? I've got my 44 right here on my hip. I'm telling you guys, that last clutch I put in this truck, I had my same buddy put it in. Now, he had gang stalkers over the years working for him. That clutch pedal was so hard to push in. This thing is like butter. How easy it is to push in. Dang, I missed my turn. This thing is literally like butter to drive down. It's softer than the gas pedal in this truck. So everybody, I'm going to reiterate again. Go to Google and say, hey, Google, in North Carolina, is a concealed carry permit required for black powder firearms? And it will say no, because it's considered an antique firearm. Therefore, there's no concealed carry permit required. Why? Because there's no purchase permit. Black powder firearms can be sent to your house in the mail. Black powder firearms can be taken anywhere. But attorneys don't listen. Also, go to Google and talk to Axon. Say, hey, Google, can Axon body camera footage be deleted, edited, or changed? And Google will say, yes, Axon can be deleted, edited, and changed. So I paid them to destroy my freaking gun for a crime I did not commit. Did not commit. It's corrupt. The whole system's corrupt, and I'm pissed off about it. And she's here. Dadgummit, I hope she's gone. And the worst thing is everybody else is bragging, oh, look what we did great. We did great. All he had to do was spend $335 and everything's fine. Oh, we just destroyed his gun, though. I'm here. Wish me luck. I'd keep it on live, but I want them to hear it. Oh, I got my emergency brake back, too. I got that fixed. I'm so happy. All right, guys, I'll come back on.
America! I don't give a fuck, YouTube. Hey, YouTube. I didn't want to make this video. I didn't, because the last 2 days over the weekend, I went on a 2-day bender of hard drinking. And I mean, it was worse than I normally get up to. And my buddy Walt passed away. I feel so horrible for his family, dude. And the thing about Walt is he never stopped being my friend, even when the trolls were messing with us. Non-fucking stop. And you know what's sad about this YouTube is I already know what the fuck my YouTube trolls are going to say and do to bully me for losing Walt. And at one point I might have laughed at one of my high school enemies' situation with their mom, and that wasn't right. But I'm not the same person I was. I woke up and I ordered a Terrence Pop t-shirt and had a Jack Daniels and Green Monster Energy the day Walt died. And people are blowing up my phone and sending me all these fake GoFundMe pages. Because my trolls, my people that like to follow me are fucking assholes. And I know as soon as they find out Walt's dead, they're going to have a fucking field day with it. Well, you know what? I got something to say. I'm going to smoke the other half of this cigarette. I just got a pack, by the way. Fucking let's go. We're sworn out of pack. Walt fought for our fucking country. As a Vietnam vet, he was a sniper for the military. And he contracted Agent Orange. Just to come back to this country that he loved and fought for, to be spat on by Vietnam War protesters, to be bullied and harassed by my YouTube trolls later on. So I want to pull out a beer for Walt and mix it with some soda pop. One of Walt's favorite beers was Heineken. I can remember drinking Heineken with him at his birthdays and his Super Bowl parties and what have you. Can you use a cigarette lighter to open a beer? Yes, you can. I'll drain the Mountain Dew that's in here first. And Sasha did come over to check up on me, and I appreciate her doing that. And even she could tell I was in a pretty foul mood, if you will. No, Walt died over the weekend, and I've been pretty fucked up over it. I'm taking Walt's death pretty hard, I'm not gonna lie. I feel so bad for his wife and his daughter. You know, and losing Ellen as a friend, that did hurt. But Walt dying honestly hurts worse than Ellen not giving me a chance. I didn't mean to just name drop her like that, but I'm fucking just over 2025, dude. Marty Music Biz died. Watching him bully Cyrax was hilarious. My buddy Aaron killed themselves. And then one of my fans legitimately has cancer. And I'm like, oh, this is just fucking fantastic. I'm already fucking over 2025, dude. So I hope the YouTube fan of mine who has cancer, I hope they beat it. I'm not going to discuss that because I don't need them getting harassed too. The Taps was first played at Harrison's Landing, Virginia in July of 1862. Within 9 months, it was adopted by both the Union and the Confederate forces. In 1891, it became a standard component of the U.S. military and the fallen for the heroes and such. Walt, thank you for your service. I'm sorry that they were so rude to you when you came back to our country. And sorry about my trolls. My trolls are more miserable than Walt dying, dude. That's just... I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but that's exactly how I feel. It's like, I didn't care if Walt was old. You know, I tend to get along with old people better than people my own age.
We'll be right back after these messages. That works. And later this afternoon, after I upload the re-recording that StreamYard is doing. No buffering, no waits, no lines, all that good shit. So, as I sit here and watch it just sit there and spin and buffer all fucking day long, I have to wonder, when I did a karaoke song and uploaded it, there was no, or when I went live on my Games You Love channel, I didn't have no buffering. Isn't that amazing? Didn't have no buffering on my Games You Love channel, but I got buffering here. Isn't that amazing how that works? So I notified Odyssey and I said, hey, have somebody, have a tech investigate my channel on Odyssey, Von Health News Network, and see if somebody's fucked it with it, because I got a funny feeling that they have. Because when you buffer on one channel, but you don't buffer on any of your other channels, and Alex Jones isn't buffering, and RT isn't buffering, and none of these other motherfuckers are buffering when they're doing their live shows, then obviously it's a problem with that specific channel, that specific URL. So, don't know what happened. Don't know how they could do such a thing, but they clearly have. So we're going to see if we can't figure out what the hell the problem is. So I've notified Odyssey. Oh wow, it cleared up. Imagine that. Nope, it started buffering again. Well, never mind. But yeah, I'm going to have Odyssey look at my particular channel, Von Health News Network. Because when I went live on Games You Love, there was no buffering. None, zero, nada, zip. It was smooth as silk. So that tells me it's this particular channel for some strange reason. But we'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry. As John would say, don't you worry, girlie. We'll get to the bottom of it and find out what the problem is and get it resolved one way or another. Now, once again, I have my honey flavored, the last two, that is, because there was only 4 in the box, man. What the hell? Honey flavored Uncrustables, and they are good. They are extremely good. Are they as good as chocolate? Depends on how bad you like chocolate. But they're good. They're very good, and I like them real well. So, moving right along, we are going to discuss now, hopefully, a way to get us out of this morass, because we're in it up to our eyeballs. As I told Jack Posobiec this morning on True Social, you know, what are you doing, Jack? I mean, you know, you're sitting there thinking that everything's going great. No, everything is not going great. Trump just created 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 new bureaucracies, 3 new pieces of government, enlarging the size of the federal government, not shrinking it. See, the idea that you got to get here is that we need to get the federal government down to the size of a walnut. You don't do that by creating 3 new government agencies. That's not how you shrink government. That's not how you shrink government. Okay? You shrink government by cutting the bureaus and alphabet soup that you don't need. Okay? Like Milei, good old Milei over in Argentina. Fuente, you know, or however he said that, whatever it was he said. You know, and he's just getting rid of the bureau of this and bureau of that, and and Department of this and Department of that. He just, he's throwing papers all over the place, getting rid of all these government agencies. That's what Trump's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be doing like what Milley is doing, getting rid of government agencies, not creating more. But anyway, however, it's very interesting and very telling because I got, I really don't know what to say about this. It's very interesting, but I got on there and somebody told me, said, Bond, have you seen this? And so I went and I looked, and it's like, what the hell? What the hell am I looking at here? I couldn't believe my eyes. Let me zoom it in here. Let me zoom it in here so y'all can see it and read it without your spectacles. Let me zoom in here and bada boom, bada bing, baby. All right. That's still kind of too small, but anyway, at least you can read it a little bit, I guess. Anybody that's against tariffs, this is Donald Trump on True Social. Anybody that's against tariffs, including the fake news Wall Street Journal and hedge funds, is only against them because these people or entities are controlled by China or other foreign or domestic companies. Anybody that loves and believes in the United States of America is in favor of tariffs. They should have never ended in favor of the income tax system in 1913. The response to tariffs has been fantastic. Well, isn't that interesting? He mentioned 1913. He still didn't say the act of 1913, but at least he got that 1913 in there. So I'm sitting here saying, is he watching my videos? Maybe he is. I hope so. I do. I hope so. I hope he's watching. I hope everybody's watching. Because the more you know about how badly we got screwed over, the easier it is to fix it, right? Yeah. Common sense here, We got to fix our shit. Our shit is broken like crazy. We need to fix it. So, but I found this message very encouraging. This tweet, it's not. It's a truth, a retruth, or whatever they call it on True Social. Anyway, I was very encouraged by that. He almost mentioned the Act of 1913. He almost mentioned the Act of 1871. But not quite. He was very careful and measured in his wording, I see. That's okay. I understand that. I get that. I'm not stupid. But anyways, the Wall Street Journal and hedge funds, are probably not the only ones that are pissed off at tariffs. But like I've stated, absolutely and conclusively, tariffs are a constitutional duty of the President of the United States. The federal government is supposed to get its sustenance from tariffs, not taxing the people. Okay? We had a Boston Tea Party, folks. Google Boston Tea Party. Any of you that doesn't have a clue what the hell's going on, Google Boston Tea Party and read it. Okay? The government of England came over.
I know this is a stupid question, but does Vaughn not realize that tariffs inevitably raise the price like a tax anyways? I don't know.
Here and tried to impose a tax on our tea. Now, being avid tea drinkers like they were kind of incensed about that. Now, get this, though. You ready for this? The tax on their tea was only 2 pence. That's not even a penny. Okay? That's not even a penny. And we damn near went to war over that shit. And we sure as hell threw a whole bunch of tea in the Boston Harbor. Dressed up as Indians, no less. So, everybody. Can you imagine Ben Franklin dressed up as an Indian? Chief, I got big belly. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that was crazy, wasn't it? Yeah, dressed up like Indians, and they all went out and threw all the king's tea in the Boston Harbor. Over 2 pence, not even a penny. And yet we're being taxed to death, to the tune of 23% now. Every time that a certain entity prints our money, we're charged 23%. Some people would call that usury, and I would agree because it is. But I just thought that, that was interesting, I did. I thought that was interesting. So, hey, good stuff, man. And I am out of Mountain Dew. What the hell? How did I get out of Mountain? I don't know. Maybe I drank it by osmosis or something. I don't know what I did. It was here. Now it's gone. Poof, it's gone. The hell? Oh, well. Anyway, I'm going to have to go get another one. So, but yeah, very encouraged by that. So that was nice. And God, this thing's huge. I got to shrink it back down. Speaking of shrinking, which is exactly what we need to do to the federal government. Federal government needs to be about the size of a walnut. All right? Cut out those government agencies that are not in keeping with the Constitution of the United States, such as the Department of Education. There's no Department of Education in the Constitution. Come on, get that shit out of here. All right? Those things not specifically delineated to the federal government are reserved to who class? The states and the people. Okay, so there should be no Department of Education. There should be no Department of Transportation. Oh, that's going to gore somebody's golden cap, isn't it? Well, it needs to happen. I'm sorry. A lot of these government agencies are not constitutional. No, they're not. Department of Transportation. Do you think Ben Franklin had to get stopped and cited for a ticket? No, he didn't. I promise. I promise he was not stopped and cited with a ticket for simply going somewhere in his horse and buggy. Okay? So no. Cut out this waste. Get rid of all these government agencies, these alphabet soup, as I call them. Be like Millii, Be like Millii. Fuerte, just getting rid of all these government agencies and shrinking the size of the federal government down to about the size of a walnut. All right. And that's a good way. That's a good start. That is a good start on getting rid of the waste and crapola that is entrenched here in the United States over the last 50, 60, whatever years. Needs to happen. Needs to happen. So. But yeah, very good stuff. And so we're getting there. Let me go ahead and kill that. But we're getting there slowly but surely. And who knows? This may all turn out to be a good thing. I hope so. I do. I hope so. I want it to be a good thing. But the problem is that I see all this stuff, and it's like, because you got to go by what's actually happening, not by what's being said. You got to go by their actions, not by what they say. And their actions speak volumes, speak much more than their words ever will. And I'll remind everyone that words are magic. They're spells, which is why you must be extremely careful when you speak. All right? Christians will sit there and say a prayer. Understand that when you say a prayer, that is a spell. When you speak to someone in a harsh tone, you're casting a spell. So be very, very careful how you speak to someone or to something. Yes. Are you nice to your pet? Are you speaking nice to your plants? Oh, Bon, a plant ain't going to know what I'm saying. You'd be amazed what a plant knows. You'd be amazed. I've seen videos. These people, they sit there and they speak really, really nice to their plants. And the plant just becomes a bush, man. Becomes huge. Likewise, you have people that'll play, heavy metal music, or they'll speak ill towards their plants. Thing shrivels up, fucking dies. So be careful how you speak. It's important to know that when you speak, you're casting a spell. I don't give a damn what Christianity or Judaism or Islam says. Be careful how you speak because you are casting a spell. Be good. And Trump's going to, if Trump really is a Kabbalist Jew and he really has been practicing for a long time, he's going to know that too. Every pagan watching me right now knows I'm telling you the truth. They all do. Okay? So be careful how you speak. Be careful what you say out of your mouth. Even the Bible, Christian, admonishes you to not speak ill out of your mouth. You're supposed to be positive. Supposed to be joyful. I was watching the confirmation hearings, and I forget which confirmation it was. I think it was Kash Patel, but it could have been another one. And this female senator, she gets behind it. She's just so happy, so joyous, and it's so bubbly. I mean, it's contagious. And I'm like, wow, what the hell happened to her? Did they give her happy pills? What's going on? But subsequently found out she's like that all the time. It's like, holy shit, man, give me that energy, bottle that shit. I want it. So I mean, but that's the way to be, though. That's the way to be. Positive speaking, positive thinking, positive influence. You get up in the morning, you say out loud, you say, I choose to do good today. I choose to be a positive influence in my world today. I choose to promote light and not darkness today. And you speak it out loud where everyone can hear. And then your wife gets up.
Give me a one in the chat if you'd be interested in hiring Von Helton as a life coach, folks.
And looks at you funny, like, are you okay? But anyway, you speak it out loud, okay? Because it's a spell. Everything you say is a spell. That's why it's important to speak positively. You notice all these songs. See all these songs. They've got the words to these songs, Go read the lyrics. Make damn sure you read the lyrics. Because when they're speaking these songs, they're casting a spell. Whether you believe it or not, they're casting a spell. And now you know a little secret that they don't tell you. It's always neat to get secrets, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. So now you know, and knowing is half the battle. And it's buffering again. Motherfucker. God damn it. Oh, there it goes. Now it's back. All right. Anyway, like I said, folks, if you happen to see this, and it's, if you happen to catch me talking, understand that you can watch the full uninterrupted show, hopefully sometime in a few hours or later on this afternoon or whatever. Uninterrupted, the whole show without the buffering and the black screen and all that good shit. You can catch it in its entirety sometime this afternoon. Actually, it should be. I'm going to try and get it posted in a couple hours. If hopefully by then it should be up. If not, I'll try to get it later on. But by this afternoon, it'll for sure be up and ready to go. So, and there's buffering again. Oh, look at that shit. Isn't that crazy? Now, listen. Look at this. Look at this shit buffering. Oh, well, now it started working. Okay, now it's going to start. Oh, there buffering. Look at it buffering. Look at that shit. Now, why doesn't my other channels buffer like that? Why are they nice and smooth and shit? Why isn't Alex Jones buffering? Why isn't RT buffering? Why all these other motherfuckers buffering? Nobody. Inquiring minds want to know. And I got Odyssey investigating it too. So if some smarmy ass YouTube troll has hacked my shit, you will be found. And Odyssey, unlike me, will put your ass in jail for fucking with their shit. And I hope it's true. I hope it's true. Because I want at least one of you motherfuckers in a jail cell. And you ain't going to beat Odyssey's lawyers, I guarantee you. You won't beat them. Fucking around with their shit, yeah, not good. Not good. But somebody's messing with it. I mean, look at it. It's buffered. All let's do is buffer. Buffer. That's all it's doing. Yeah, see, that's not normal. That's not normal behavior. All right, so anyway, on with the show here because we got to talk about how to get out of this morass. Because we do. And we're already 30 minutes in. What the hell? Where did the 30 minutes go? Damn. But anyway, we are 30 minutes in, 29:48. What the hell, man? Isn't that crazy? But anyways, so we're half hour in, so we need to get trucking on how to resolve the matter. Now, this is encouraging. Trump's tweet, or Read Truth, is encouraging somewhat. Maybe I would love to be proven wrong. I would love to be proven wrong that I got this all backwards, and that everything's going to come out sunshine and roses. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Now, the gods of freedom religion, though, have said that after we go through a rough patch, they didn't elaborate on what that rough patch is, but after we go through a rough patch, on the other side of that will be complete liberation of the American people and America itself, and by extension, the rest of the world, because as goes America, so goes the world, right? So, the idea of the gods and goddesses of freedom religion is absolute freedom, absolute liberty, absolute peace, and it's going to happen. And it's going to happen. And it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be insane. Because you're going to look out your window and you're going to see all these butterflies of all different colors and sizes and shapes. And you'll be like, what in the hell's going on? There's so many butterflies, hundreds, maybe thousands in your backyard or next to your neighbor's house or something. You're going to see all these butterflies. It's going to be, well, what the hell's going on? The liberation of the United States is what's going on. And you'll know it's being done by the gods and goddesses of freedom religion, because Christianity ain't got nothing like that. Judaism ain't got nothing like that. Islam ain't got nothing like that. And none of the other pagan religions have anything like that. Now, some troll found some obscure writing in paganism about a gaggle of butterflies being grouped together and whatnot. Okay, well, that's sweet, but that's not what we're talking about now, is it? No, this will be a sign that the New World Order has been destroyed utterly and completely. The 300 elite families are gone. They're not just delayed. They're not just put aside. They're gone. Gone. The destroyer is coming. King Charles did a painting of him bathing in blood, soaked in blood. I don't know if it was real blood. Have to wonder about that shit. Anyway, and on his shoulder later, after the painting was released, me and John watched the unveiling of the painting live. Okay, me and John watched the unveiling of the painting live. There was not a monarch butterfly on his shoulder. No, there was not. Now I get a message on Skype. And I think it was Black Rifle. It was Black Rifle or somebody, but somebody messaged me on Skype and says, Vaughn, you got to go see that painting again. I said, really? Why? I said, you got to go. And so I go and I watch the painting again, and now there's a monarch butterfly sitting on his shoulder. It's like, oh, okay. That means two things. One, it means the end of the monarchy, hence the name monarch butterfly. But number two, it signifies the butterfly prophecy. Okay, so it's going to be very...
Oh, is that what it means? So I'm sure I'm not the only one noticing, but his hands are particularly filthy. And I mean, it's the middle of the winter, folks, so it's not like he just went out in the yard and grounded himself. Like, what the fuck? Is he really like a vampire and he has his unhallowed earth in the back of the trailer that he keeps for the wintertime? He's got to dip his fucking long nails in it. I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know, folks.
We'll see how things progress as the weeks go on. Now, meanwhile, Trump has been getting rid of a lot of bloat. I have to admit, he's been getting rid of a lot of the bloat. Not near enough, but then like I told Jack Posobiec, I mean, he created 3 new government agencies. So he's increased the size of government, not decreased it. But we'll see how things go. We'll see what's happening. I mean, it pays to listen to a constitutionalist.
Folks, just wait until President Musk gets a hold of Von Helton's welfare. situation. Actually, I guess he's not dependent anymore. You know, he's been living off that government tit for a while. I wonder if he'll ever actually pay taxes, though. That's the burning question. Will he ever pay J-dubs, folks? Remember, he was promising up and down to pay J-dubs if he ever came into money. He was going to help J-dubs and all those little $50 bumps here and there. And give me a 1 in the chat if you think Von Helton is ever going to pay back anybody that he mooched money off of, folks.
Folks, because I know the Constitution, I know the will of the Founding Fathers, and I know that the gods of creation want us to go back to the will of the Founding Fathers. You know, it's listen to your elders. Anybody ever heard that phrase? Listen to your elders. Okay, did we listen to our elders? Hell no. What did George...
The punished loner king perspicacious R. Azrael donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Freedom Religion is a fitting name if you ask me.
Yeah, heavy on the dumb, that's for sure. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Folks, the show must go on.
Washington warned us about political parties. Did we listen? No, we created political parties, didn't we? You know, Thomas Jefferson said, I fear a central bank more than I do a standing army. Did we listen? No, we got a central bank. You know, Ben Franklin said, those things that are done in the light of day are liberty. Those things that are done in the dark of night are tyranny. He's talking about secret societies. Did we listen? No. You know, and so because we didn't listen to our elders, we are being punished. That's my take on it. We're being punished. Now we're going to come out of it because we're going to finally grow a brain and say, okay, so we need to listen to what Thomas Jefferson and John Adams and Ben Franklin and George Washington were warning us about, because they warned us about literally everything that is happening right now. Everything, all of it. Look at that.
Imsori Wilson donated $5 through Super Chat. He's streaming from his former son's former bedroom. Way to go, Freedom Religion.
Yeah, this is the guy you wanted to life coach you, to give you like proactive tips of how to improve your life, folks. Just look at, well, I mean, he got, in the end, maybe he's got everything he wanted, you know, when you really think about it. Thank you very much, Wilson.
Thinking buffer like a motherfucker. What the hell? Buffering like mad, man. Now, if we was on my gaming channel, it wouldn't be buffering one buffer. Not one. Not one spin. But it is here. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Where is that? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, it's sitting there buffering. Rolling. Keep them doggies rolling. Low high. Yeah, so why is it buffering on this channel and not on my other channels? Makes you wonder. And the buffering is so bad, you can't hardly do anything. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's pausing like every 5 minutes or so. But that's okay, folks. If you happen to hear me, you can watch it in its entirety, uninterrupted, in a few hours, because I'll upload the StreamYard version, and everything will be just ducky. So, no reply from Odyssey, by the way. Not yet, anyway. Maybe they're doing some research. Hopefully they're doing some research. But we'll get her done. And if somebody is hacking my shit, yeah, Odyssey's lawyers are going to eat your fucking lunch. That's going to be sweet. I hope it's one of you fucking YouTube trolls.
It's me. Tell them it's me. Tell them to watch this video. Timestamp it. Von Helton, it's me. Hand me over. Give me to the authorities. What the hell's with all the sores up his arm and shit? The guy's just deteriorating from the bottom up. It's like the top part's melting and the bottom part's just rotting away. Look how filthy those fucking hands are. Oh, jeez. What's going on there, Vaughn? Be worrying about that. But yeah, it's me. I'm the hacker. I'm the one, Vaughn. That's why my internet connection to YouTube's been so shitty for months. Because it's complicated. I don't want to slow the show down with a bunch of complicated technical jargon, but I'm fucking with you, Vaughn.
So we can throw your ass in the hoose cow. Hopefully forever. No, that's asking for too much. But at least get your ass in jail and off the internet where you're not aggravating the shit out of people. Right. Yeah. Honey, I shrunk the curtains. And I did. Shrunk them down to their constitutional size. But that's what we need to do to the government. We need to shrink it down to its constitutional size, right? Yes. That's either very good or I'm very hungry, one or the other.
So does anybody know actually what he's eating there? So it looks like an undercooked, doughy patty filled with diarrhea. That's what it looks like to me. But
it just keeps buffering. It'll show a little bit and then it'll buffer. Show a little bit and then buffer. That's crazy. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video while I go get a Mountain Dew, and then I'll be right back.
What you know now, do you wish like you had a third term?
Hell, there wasn't that much. There wasn't that much taxation at the state level even, really.
Look at him gumming that thing. Oh, yeah, microwaved. Crap's just popping out of it.
So what happened? The globals happened. The globalists happened. That's what happened.
Oh, by the way, folks, word on the street, just real quick, for those that may be interested, let me know if you are. I heard that boss man Jack is back. He's back. Jack is back, folks. The boss man. Let me know in the chat if you're interested in that content at all.
So we need to get back to their plan for this nation, their setup, their program, if you will. Get it all set up and set back to the way it needs to be. Now look at this. This is buffered all fucking morning long. Didn't do that in the last video or the video before that. Very interesting. Poets, priests, and politicians. Anybody know who the police are? I don't mean the guys wearing uniforms. I'm talking about the other police. They're a band. They're a band. And they came out with an awesome album called Ghost in the Machine. Every song on that album is awesome. It's great. So if you get a chance to get Ghost in the Machine, you might want to check it out. See if you like it. I liked it. I thought it was a good album. I love that album. It's black with red lettering on the front in some kind of what appears to be like Chinese or...
Hogtie, it's because the photos got way out of hand and they just went way too far. I mean, I'm not a prude, but, you know.
Japanese characters, perhaps. I don't know. It's digital. Put digital stuff on the front there. Very interesting. So, where are we at? We are trying to figure out how to get us back to a constitutional republic. Which brings us up to the point. What do we do to get us back to a constitutional republic? Well, excuse me, before CERN turned on their machine, pardon me again, let's try this again from the top. Before CERN turned on the machine, there was only two acts that we needed to concern ourselves with. One was the Act of 1871 and the Act of 1913. The Act of 1871 established Washington, D.C., established the Corporation of Rothschild, a.k.a. the United States. And then the Act of 1913 gave Rothschild complete control of our money. Okay, House of Rothschild, a.k.a. Red Shield. For those of you that know what a microfiche is and know how to use it. Red Shield. Which is ironic because red is one of my favorite colors, as you can tell. And as you can tell. By the way, that's my Cash App down there. If you wish to give a donation or a gift of love, there it is right there. Go to that link there and help me out. Buy me a cup of coffee. Anyways, so that's where we're at.
Von Helton will be getting a gift of love in about a week or so. I'll guarantee you that.
So what we need to do is we need to get Congress or the Supreme Court or the President to repeal the Act of 1871 and the Act of 1913. But CERN turned on their machine, which flung us into an alternate reality to the one we were in last time. And so now, instead of just the Act of 1871 and the Act of 1913, now we have a plethora of these acts that we have to investigate, read carefully, and then do away with. Because, my intrepid reporter on True Social was in there, Von, you need to check this out. And it was a different act, like 1803 or something. And it had stuff in it, or 1903, I mean. And it had stuff in it that had to do with, the deep state, the New World Order, the Rothschilds, what have you, Bilderberg, whatever. And so that one's going to have to be investigated too and read thoroughly. And, but so now there's not just two. It's not just the Act of 1871 and the Act of 1913. We now have more of them. Because heretofore, I was under the impression that the other acts were innocuous. Well, thanks to getting flung into yet another alternate universe than what we were in the last time, we now got a slew of these damn documents that we're going to have to go through, collate, and catalog, and figure out which ones are okay, which ones are not okay. And it's like, which is a pain in the ass. Okay, that's a pain in the ass. Thank you, CERN, assholes. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna try to get through this and try to get the matter resolved. And then once we get them all organized and figured out which one.
Sorry Wilson donated $5 through Super Chat. I clicked on the link below, trying to send a toothless retard a gift of love. Am I doing this right?
Yes, just keep trying. Keep trying. Just, we'll get you there, folks. We'll get you there.
Ones need to go.
Thank you.
Then I'll do a proper video on that and, give the whole list of the ones that are bad and need to be expunged from the Constitution of the United States and from the populace at large. The main concern right now in regards to these is any of these acts, so-called ACTS acts, is ones that focus, hopefully, on admiralty law, okay? Because we need to crush admiralty law in this country because, well, first of all, it doesn't belong here. It belongs out there in the ocean. So we need to crush it because, we're supposed to be constitutionally based, not admiralty law based. Admiralty law is for the sea. We're not on the sea. We're on land. Therefore, the Constitution is the what class? Law of the land. Okay? So that's where we're at. And that's one of the main things we need to do. So if there's an act of 1800, we'll start at the act of 1800 and we'll just, go on down the line until we find all the ones that the New World Order has corrupted and single them out for deletion, repeal, whatever. Now you say, well, Bon, why didn't Congress or the Supreme Court deal with this shit 100 years ago or whatever? Good question. We know for a fact that, the House of Rothschild snuck this stuff in under the dark of night when most of Congress was away on vacation, mind you. And so that's how they got it in there. How they got it signed into law is what I'm trying to figure out because, would a sitting president sign that shit? I wouldn't think. Of course, they may have sold him a bill of goods. It's, well, Mr. President, look how great it is. We get this big, shiny new Capitol building and all this, and we'll put up monuments to Jefferson and Washington and Adams and Ben Franklin and then subsequently later on they did it for Abraham Lincoln as well. But so they sold him a bill of goods, I guess, to try to get him encouraged to do it. Problem is, it was all deception. It was all about control. Remember, folks, once again, it's either about money or control, and it's almost always about control. Okay. And as George Carlin famously said, it's a big club and you ain't in it, which it is. So that's what we need to do. So I will go through, and hopefully I'll get a little help from my friends. With a little help from my friends. Anyway, we'll go through these acts and see if we can sort out which ones need to keep and need to be gone. But for sure, the Act of 1871 and the Act of 1913 gots to go. They got to go bye-bye. Because obviously, if we get rid of those two acts in particular, it will literally break the hold that the New World Order has on the United States. And so that's a good thing. And it will be very liberating to the American people. Trump said he wanted to liberate the American people. I hope that's true. The problem is that in finance, people are monsters, or people are corporations, and human beings are monsters. So, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. I am encouraged, though, by his retruth this morning.
Just random.
Let's see what's going on.
Just random sores, folks, on his arms. Put that back for a sec. Oops. It's not an exact science here, folks. Play it from here.
We'll see. We'll see how things go. I am I am encouraged, though, by his retruth this morning.
Right there. Look at that. Just in the... What's going on? Filthy, filthy hands. Look at the palm of it. It's the middle of winter, folks. It's not like even out gardening. This grounding himself bullshit. What's going on, folks?
So we'll see what's going on. We'll find out. Like I said, folks, if you happen to see what I'm saying, hear what I'm saying, and see me without buffering every 5 seconds like it is on my side, fear not. You will see the complete unedited show later on this afternoon, hopefully in just a few hours while it uploads. But, if not, for sure by this afternoon, you will be able to watch the unedited, unimpeded show in its entirety. So, just, hang in there, bear with me, and we will get through this. Oh, there it is. And we will get through this. I'm shedding for some reason. I don't know why. Well, it is becoming spring, though, isn't it? Oh, well. Anyway, so yeah, we're getting there, and it is 34 minutes, or 55 minutes, excuse me. 55:03 now. The timing is impeccable, is it not? How they sort all this out. 4:06 in the morning, in case anybody's wondering. Early in the morning, while most of you are asleep, I am doing due diligence on restoring the Great Republic. Because that's what the gods and goddesses said. They said we would restore the Great Republic. They didn't say America. Because if they had said America, that would have meant they were going to restore Rothschild's corporation. But they didn't do that. They said we're going to restore the Great Republic, meaning the United States of America, as envisioned by the Founding Fathers. But we need to shrink the size of federal government down to about the size of the walnut. So let's get rid of the Department of Education. Let's get rid of the Department of Transportation. Let's get rid of some of these alphabet soups that are unconstitutional on their face and that are obvious that don't belong. Get rid of them in total. Don't just push some back to the states. If it wasn't there before, it doesn't need to be there again. Now, if there was a Department of Education in, say, the great state of Kentucky, my state, and it's documented that it was there before, then okay, push it back to the states. But if there was no Department of Education in Kentucky, and there was no Department of Transportation in Kentucky, you don't then push it back to the states. You get rid of it. You get rid of it, like Roe v. Wade. All right, now Trump did not get rid of Roe v. Wade. He should have. It's bad law. But he pushed it back to the states because that's what the Constitution says to do about most things. Okay, that's good. The problem is the states never had it to begin with. It was created by the Supreme Court. It's bad law. The Supreme Court will even tell you it's bad law. That's why they kicked the football down the field for a goal, is to try to get rid of that son of a gun and get it. It was hanging over their head like an albatross. They got to get rid of it. And so they finally got rid of it. But now, but you don't kick it back to the states because the states never had to begin with. All right. So we need to abolish it in total. That's what Randall Terry would have done. Abolish it in total because it doesn't belong in the states anyway. It doesn't belong anywhere. We're not allowed to murder our children, guys. Okay. We're just not. Sorry. And now this is 2024. There are tons and tons and tons of alternatives available to women besides killing the child. But see, you notice nobody ever brings that up. Well, we need to change that. We need to start bringing up alternatives, okay? And because we can't be killing our progeny, okay? That's insane, okay? A society that kills its progeny ain't going to be on this earth very long. So we got to stop that shit. Stop listening to these globalist fucks because they're destruction-minded, okay? Their minds are focused like a laser beam on destruction and nothing but destruction. Okay, so we can't be doing that. We can't be doing that shit. So So all we got to do is repeal the Act of 1871 and the Act of 1913 and the subsequent acts thereof that are aligned with it. And that will break the power of the New World Order and the deep state, the globalists, the Bilderberg Group, whatever, House of Rothschild. We'll break that power, and then we can proceed to getting everything back to being a republic again, like it was before. And proudly display the original Constitution, not the bastardized version. Apparently, according to some super sleuths out there, there's a change in wording. In the United States of America, as opposed to the United States from, or not from, but what was the word they used? I can't remember the word they used. I'd have to look it up again. But there's wording. There was wording that was changed. Okay, and that little slight change of wording is what leads us into a problem. So get into that. Find the wording difference. I'll see if I can find it. It was said in a video, and
shut up! Shut up! Who cares?
Because a great republic is a good thing.
All right, we get the idea. Let's move ahead, folks.
We'll be right back after these messages.
You need to back off! Enough is enough!
What's good? You got haters on your ass? You need protection.
Shadowblade Investigations Protection Agency.
Knock out those trolls with powerful MMA training.
I have been hired as a debt collector.
Get back what's yours from those dirty motherfuckers.
I bet you're probably thinking, well, if you're a debt collector, who are you working for?
Shadowblade Investigations Protection Agency.
On many grounds, I could have you arrested.
And honestly, dude, you need to get a fucking life and quit the bullshit.
Don't get mad, get even. Shadowblade Investigations Protection Agency. The past is the past.
Creamy cobras.
He was known by a lot of names online. Music Biz, MBM, Big Dog, Big Cat, Big Boy, a gentle giant, a big teddy bear, the king, an animal lover, Marty, Nick, a giant, the world Stratego and Connect 4 champion. He was known as King of the Goblin Slayers. He was known as a legend, a Drift King hero, the King of Akron, an internet trolling genius, a maverick, the best streamer to ever do it, a content creator, an institution to those on the internet. He was a great showman, an enormous presence in any venue, an unmatched entertainer, and a friend. His shoes can never be filled. He'd never admit this, but he brought a lot of people together and created a community. Nick, or Marty, was a natural entertainer and a comedian. It was near impossible to look away from whatever he was up to, and completely impossible to not laugh at his shenanigans. It now feels impossible that he's gone. My heart and prayers go out to his family and to all of his loved ones. Alav HaShalom. May he be remembered with blessing. Truly a legendary figure within a massive community that he created. He will never be forgotten.
Music Biz Marty is gone, and Cyrax is cycling through the stages of grief. First came the denial.
But there is something that I do want to touch on real quick and very briefly. And that is the rumors about Music Biz Marty being dead. Let me tell you right now, he ain't dead. That motherfucker's faking his goddamn death so he can try to get away with shit and it ain't gonna work. So Marty, I'm calling you the fuck out. Sitting there faking your death, bro, that's illegal as fuck, dude. Especially out of court. Yeah, you're fucked.
Then, the anger.
To Nicholas C. Beagler, aka Music Biz Marty, stop with the fucking lies, dude. Nobody's buying your bullshit. Yes, man. Nobody's buying your bullshit ass faggot lies. Serious, man. No one's buying your fucking lies, dude.
And finally, the crushing guilt and grief. After all, Cyrax has lost the most meaningful relationship he has ever known in his entire life. Marty was his best friend, his constant companion, and the one person in the entire world who truly paid attention and cared about what Cyrax was doing at all times. Cyrax has done countless tribute streams, often accused of feigning grief. But this time, it feels different. The remorse he shows for trolling Marty into taking his own life seems real, raw, unfiltered, and unlike anything before. For the first time, Cyrax isn't deflecting or making excuses. He has admitted responsibility and, in a rare moment of sincerity, apologized.
I know it's early in the morning, but I just got the worst news ever. Fellow YouTuber and a good friend of mine outside of YouTuber. Fellow YouTuber and dear friend of mine outside of YouTube has passed away. Fuck. Marty died by taking his own life. Marty took his own life because of the trolling. This is why the trolling needs to stop. Marty was a good dude outside of YouTube. He really was. Yes, it's true, me and him may not have gotten along on YouTube all the time. But outside of YouTube, we talked quite a few times. And he was a good dude. Trolling fucking kills people.
I am so sorry.
And then it also makes me ask myself, how many more people like Marty are have to die before you fucking stop? No one deserves that. Marty didn't deserve that to him. He didn't fucking deserve that. You have no idea how fucking sick to my stomach I am right now. And to Marty's family, I want to say that you have my utmost and most deepest from the bottom of my heart condolences. I am so sorry. I am so fucking sorry. I'm sorry.
I understand that Cyrax's track record is not great right now, as Marty is the fourth person to die in his orbit. Some may say that Cyrax might be a new breed of serial killer or cursed in some way, and that offering him friendship and love may be perilous. But I say, forget all that. Cyrax has lost his one and only true friend, the love of his life, and the most enduring relationship he has ever known. They were brothers, father and son, best friends, professional colleagues, and potential lovers. The hole left in Chance's heart is too large for most of us to fathom. He deserves our messages of love and support. Drop in with a hot bowl of soup or a kind word if you can. Send cards, letters, gifts, well wishes, and love. It's what Marty would have wanted.
We'll be right back after these messages.
You've got dumps for days.
What is that? Is that all fucking dirty diapers that were changed? Ah, is that all fucking dirty diapers? Ah, is that what that fucking is?
A heavy load calls for a heavy-duty diaper.
Oh no!
Oops, I shitted myself has got you covered.
I just shitted myself. I only use Oops, I shitted myself diapers. I get angry a lot and produce heavy shitty loads for days. And Oops, I shitted myself is the only diaper that can hold all that shit.
Take those massive shits in confidence with Leak Guard 3.0.
I just farted that out in my food.
Oops, I shitted myself. Taking loads with care and confidence.
Therefore, I will never stop wearing them. And if that's why you won't support me, you're an asshole. Because I don't need your money to buy fucking diapers. When the state does it. Got it? Good.
I'm going to tell you what led up to the decision and why I decided to put this channel in retirement, and we're going to retire this channel. I don't know if it'll be permanent or not.
So I just realized I was on mute the whole time, but I didn't say anything too important other than the fact that Emo has retired. He has closed the channel down, the main channel, and he's just about to explain this all to us. And I was just pointing out the fact that, see, he's disillusioned because he is an ardent Trump supporter, which is fine, that's his thing. But in the 8+ years or whatever it's been, he's been supporting Donald Trump. He never realized that he was not supportive of the gay and trans community, folks. Yes, I know that's a shocker. And he is convinced that it's the Trump administration who got his email, his main email that's connected to his main Justin Emo Howling Wolf account, terminated. So he can only go in through a back door. So this is his retirement video explaining it, breaking it all down to us, folks. Sorry about the technical difficulty.
Hi, this channel. I don't know if it'll be permanent or not.
I don't know if it's going to be forever and ever and ever and ever. I don't know. Because they always say never. But for now, it's going into retirement. So I got to give you guys a little backstory first about why I made this decision. As everybody knows, in the 70s and 80s, we had a mobster by the name of John Gotti. And John Gotti did a lot of things in Costa Nostra that pushed the envelope. Did a lot of things that a lot of people said he shouldn't have did. Pushed the envelope in a lot of areas. Yeah, for a second. He's probably real lucky that he didn't get eliminated because of some of the shit that he pulled.
Push the envelope, folks.
So he kept pushing the envelope, and he kept pushing the envelope, as we know, right? And he just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And the federal government, kept coming after him with indictment.
Oh, wait a minute. We got a question in the audience from someone who may be new, so let me discreetly answer that question for you. Just one sec.
Let's start the fucking show. EMO, the diaper-wearing faggot.
So in case you didn't catch that.
EMO, the diaper-wearing faggot.
Yeah, so that hopefully that answers your question. Anyways, I digress, folks. Back with the show.
Their indictment. And he was beating case after case after case after case. To the point where he got to the point where he was known as the Teflon Don. Now you're going to wonder why is Emo talking about the Teflon Don? Well, I will explain it why I'm talking about the Teflon Don. Because every time he beat the government and won a case, his ego kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And people warned him that if he didn't stop being in the public eye, because mobsters aren't supposed to have public, if he didn't tone down his ego a little bit, if he didn't stop doing the things he was going to do, a lot of mobsters told him, if you continue to doing what you're doing, John, you're gonna wind up in a prison cell. That's basically what a lot of people warned him about that. But he had an ego as big as the Empire State Building, and he just couldn't let it go. And he had to keep pushing, and he had to keep pushing, and he had to keep pushing, until one day, the Teflon that kept getting scratched every time he won a case, the Teflon that made him known as the Teflon Don, every time the government came up against him, made him weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker until eventually the Teflon didn't work anymore and he went to jail, life in prison. So now you're going to say, well, I'm going to compare myself to John Gotti in this analogy. So for 5 years, I've been pushing the envelope like John Gotti. For 5 years, I have beat YouTube on multiple times with damn near losing this channel.
He is the John Gotti of YouTube, folks.
AKA strikes, we'll call them. Those are like John Gotti's court cases, only we're going to compare them to strikes. And Monograph also believes that the machines, the computers and everything can read your mind, can read your thoughts and all this shit. Another thing that Monograph was just talking about last night. So, I get to January, and I'm saying all these nasty things. I'm using a word as an acronym for the fucking Association of Goon Gang Trolls, but I'm using the shortened version of that. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. I kept saying that word over and over again, pushing the fucking envelope. Didn't care what I said. I was getting an ego as big as the Empire State Building. I was beginning to think that I was untouchable on YouTube. I was beginning to think that I was the Teflon emo. And I started thinking this because, you know, of some of the videos I put out lately. You gotta admit, some of the videos I have put out in the last 4 or 5 fucking years, people are on this channel wondering, how the fuck is this channel still here? With some of the things I said. And I get this ego going. I got the John Gotti Teflon Don ego going. And then all of a sudden, because this Friday would be 3 weeks. So we're not quite to 3 weeks. So approximately 3 weeks ago, my fucking email address, my primary email address underneath this account, gets banned from YouTube. Gets annihilated from YouTube. And the only way I was able to recover the channel, people, is because I made myself a co-owner on several other email addresses. Okay, it's the only reason why I was able to but I can't log into my. I couldn't log into my primary email of this account. So I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, because Monograph says sometimes when your Google stuff gets hit, it takes a good 48 hours for Google to erase everything. So when I came on YouTube and I made that video, the end is near. I was expecting this channel within 48 hours to get new. Ziggy, stop. I was expecting this channel to get nuked within 48 hours, but for some odd reason it stayed. Don't ask me how this happened.
So anyways, that's the big retirement video, blah, blah, blah. And then we've got Emo back on his backup channel. And I just skipped it ahead to research ranting a little bit. Let's put it back. Now, he's actually playing a clip of an AI Trump reading some inspirational quote thing. But anyways, I don't know.
Chins. He's got no filter. He's unhinged. He's got no filter. Because when I speak my mind about the maggot trolls, insert the F where you wanna. When I talk about the maggot fucking trolls, the low-life scumbag trolls, I'm rude, I'm unhinged, I'm unstable, according to the trolls. Right, trolls? Right. Alright, let's continue. Let's continue.
If you stay quiet, then you're a coward. If you're
And that's what I think of the people that don't stand up for themselves. See, that's why I wouldn't remain quiet. I wouldn't let myself be a coward, so that's why I stuck up for myself. And people still sided with my maggot trolls. Insert the F where you wanna. They sided with my maggot trolls. I'm not going to be a coward like 90% of you people out there who say, oh, that guy's talking about me, I'm just going to ignore it. No, that's being an asshole. That's going to be a coward. I had every right to stand up for myself on the other channel. I had every right to cross all the lines that I crossed on the other channel because the trolls crossed a lot of lines that they shouldn't have crossed. So they're just as guilty as I am, in my opinion. All right, so let's rewind this a little bit more. All right.
If you're successful, then you're arrogant. And if you're struggling,
if you're successful, you're arrogant. Okay, let me see.
then you're lazy. You see, no matter what you do in life, people will always have...
Yeah, right here. No matter what you do in life, you'll always have a maggot troll, insert the F where you want it, that will ride your ass. Because these maggot trolls, maggot with an F, have nothing better to do than ride somebody's ass. Because nobody would be, nobody will, nothing I ever do, say, or do will ever be good enough for these scumbags. No matter what I do, no matter what I say, will never be good enough for these scumbags. Because let's listen to that part again. That talks about the trolls in a nutshell, doesn't it?
People will always have something to say.
People will always have something to say. And then get mad when you block them because you don't want to hear their fucking opinion. Well, like I used to tell everybody on the other channel, when I want your fucking opinion, I will ask for it. I never asked Hum on my dick for his opinion about me, but yet he's got a whole channel dedicated to me. I never asked four assholes of misconception for their opinion, but they got a whole channel dedicated to me. I never asked that maggot Billy the Fridge what he thought of me, but yet he's got a whole page dedicated to me. And then we had that black piece of trash in Virginia, Something Man, that I won't say again on my channel because everybody got mad when I called him Something Man. That had a whole channel dedicated to me. And then you got Faggoty Andy. That's the only time I'm going to say that one right. Then you got Maggoty Andy, who always thinks that he's right and has an opinion, has something to say. So when I heard this video in the car, I was like, Jesus Christ, doesn't this video speak the truth? And that's just my take on it. No matter what I do, I can win $1 billion tomorrow in the lottery. Have all kinds of cars, have all kinds of mansions, have money falling out of my asshole, and I still wouldn't be good enough to these maggot trolls. Whether I'm what they call a bottom feeder, living on the government, wearing raggedy clothes, don't even have a pot to piss in, who is basically freeloading in somebody's house because they can't even afford to go out and get their own fucking place. Whether I'm doing that or whether I'm a multi-millionaire, these maggots, no matter what I do, will never be good enough for these people. No matter what I do to for these people, will never be fucking good enough. That's what this video tells me. So you got Rebel on the street, about to be on the street. You got Rebel about ready to get kicked out on the street. They consider him a bottom feeder because he won't get a job and he won't support his mother. But if he got a job, you maggot trolls would just get him fired anyway. Because we know how you play that game. So, Rebel could go into a convenience store tonight, buy a Megabucks ticket, win the Megabucks, and he would still be a piece of shit to some of you people. Whether he's a multi-millionaire or a bottom feeder about to be on the street. No matter what that kid does, it will never be good enough for you mega trolls. Just like no matter what I do, will never be good enough for you MAGA trolls. Insert the F where you want it. So yeah, right now I'm a pauper and I'm a bottom feeder and I'm freeloading in somebody's house, you know, and I feel like it sometimes. Why? Because Luz Donato had to get me thrown out of my house. Luz Donato thought it would be funny to get me thrown out of my house. So it doesn't matter. I've come to that point, just like this video says. Because like I said, me and Ribble could go buy a lottery ticket tomorrow and win the mega box, and fucking people would still fucking hate us. Because there will always be an asshole. Always be a piece of shit out there. Well, I'll never be good enough. And I'm to the point, like this video says, I'm to the point where I don't give a fuck what they're saying about them anymore. I don't watch the Maggot Dome. I don't watch Come on My Dick's channel. I know he's got a whole channel over there dedicated to me. But I don't go over to his channel and watch the videos. I don't watch any of the videos that Salty Rant puts out. I don't watch any video that Dragonut puts out. I don't watch any video that the Four Assholes of Misconception put out. I don't watch any fucking video that Degradation Nation puts out. And I don't watch any fucking video that Billy the Fridge puts out. Why? Because they're all maggots. They're all useless fucking people. And just like this video, there are always some people that will always have an opinion. That will always be fucking negative. In all of those channels that I mentioned, right? I'm raking in thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on my stolen content. That's what they're doing. And I'll bet you, when I posted the link to the LA Fire Aid concert, I bet you not one of my MAGA trolls donated one fucking goddamn dime to those fucking fire victims. I'll bet you not one goddamn dime was donated by Billy the Fridge. Not one goddamn dime was donated by Hum on My Dick. Not one goddamn dime was donated by Andrew because he was too busy being a deadbeat father and buying meth instead. So we'll take this from the top.
If you wear nice clothes, people think you're showing off. If you wear nice clothes, people think you're showing off. If you wear simple clothes, people think you're poor. If you speak your mind, you're rude. If you stay quiet, then you're a coward. If you're successful, then you're arrogant. And if you're...
I support the guy, but I had to walk out of his room last night. I can't take one more. Oh, my hair. Oh, how does my hair look? Oh, I love my hair. Oh, let me do this. Oh, this is stimulating the follicles, people. I gotta stimulate the follicles. Oh yeah, that's gonna make my hair regrow. I had to walk. Last night, Rebel, I had to walk out of your room. I can't take another fucking hair video. I'm sorry. I love you to death as a human being. I like the dude. But, Jesus Christ, I couldn't put up with another fucking hair video last night. Spending 1 minute looking at a Billy the Fridge video. I will not spend 1 minute of my time over at Maggot Dome. I will not spend 1 minute of my time looking at Dragonut stuff. I will not spend 1 minute of my time looking at Degradation Nation. or any other maggot that thinks they have an opinion and has the right to tell Emo what he can and cannot do on the internet. Fuck you. Fuck you and the fucking horse you rode on. I'm keeping it real tonight. I'm keeping it real. All right, last time from the top.
Clothes, people think you're showing off. If you wear simple clothes, people think you're poor. If you speak your mind, you're rude. If you stay quiet, then you're a...
Yeah, if you speak your mind, you're unhinged like Emo. If you speak your mind, you don't have a filter. If you... Isn't that what Hum-Alongs, maybe can't sing along or whatever the fuck his name is got on every one of his videos about me? Emo doesn't have a filter. That's right. I say whatever the fuck I want to say, how I say it, when I say it, and if you don't like it, maggot, get the fuck off my channel. That's just the way I feel about it, maggots. Insert the F where you want it.
So it seems that not only is he back, he's taken a complete 180 back to where he started. Not a 360, folks. He did a 180, then another 180, and Emo is just back to not giving a fuck, folks. Let's change gears a little bit here while we got the YouTubes up. Like I said, I wanted to catch up with Rev because there was a couple interesting videos, especially this one here. Like, what the fuck? So apparently they've got this dude, whatever, I'm not sure the pronouns, doing some kind of birth chart, star chart shit for Shanny, and he's going through his. So watch a little bit of this. Yeah, I must be in Emo's good books, but I don't know what's going on in this thing. So let's go ahead here.
Can you tell me what is satanic about looking at the stars
We'll
and
skip through
maybe
this.
seeing your future in the stars? Didn't God say that the heavens, that the stars and the planets and the heavens are made for time and seasons to tell you what time it is? You don't think that you could get something out of studying the stars? Well, guess what? You're fucking wrong. It's paganism. It's not of Jesus. You're crazy. You're stupid. You're dumb. Jesus would tell you that. Why you make yourself so dumb for the sake of Jesus? Jesus wouldn't want you dumb. He would want you knowing all the things of the universe, if you could. Some of this shit we're not supposed to know. And I was watching the Y-Files today. Shout out to AJ at the Y-Files. I really love that channel. He said this. He said, God, watermelon is really distracting me. What is your deal? She's jumping on counters. It's like ridiculous. I'm sorry about this. She's being nuts tonight. We got a rogue watermelon. All right. So where was I going with that? Oh, the Y-Files situation. Oh, yeah. He said that it comforts him, actually, that there are certain things about the way the universe works that we can't know, or we probably won't find out how it works. And I agree with him completely. And he said also, that makes me feel like there's something greater out there. That my life really does mean something here. I got chills. That's the Holy Spirit. I bet AJ's a believer. The Y-Files. He's at least a believer in God. I don't know if he's Christian, but that don't even matter. Okay? We always take these sides, these tribal, weird fucking sides, with stuff that there shouldn't be any sides.
All right. So here's the preamble. Let's get into it. Let's move it up
I
here.
will never, buddy. If stumble all the time, the fucking Pharisees, and he goes, well, what the hell?
So,
From 12 a.m. to...
all right.
Wait, your son's...
So this guy is, for whatever reason, putting this makeup on. I don't even know, folks. He just... Maybe I'm just old. I'm just getting old. I don't get it. But here we go.
Lion is in Leo the lion. You are a Leo.
I'm a Leo.
Whatever the fuck. So, I don't really talk about the sun signs a lot, but I do talk about the rest of the chart a lot more. I just go for the rest of it and ignore the whatever, but I don't. But I don't know. I talk about stuff, whatever. So, anyways, you're a Leo. Your moon is in Taurus, which means congratulations. You made it to the rank. You are an elite moon in Taurus. No matter what time of birth I put in there all day from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m., you are still moon in Taurus this whole time. The whole day was moon in Taurus. Everyone who was born that day is moon in Taurus. Okay.
Okay, now I would probably need a tutorial on this. You're saying, okay, you made it, you're an elite because you're a Leo and Taurus. So that maybe it was for this time. Because there was a time, and it was around this time, I think, that I felt real, badass and tough, you know? So maybe it was because the constellation Leo was in Taurus. So it made me, watermelon, stop it. Now she's scratching on doors. See, this is I love her. But man, some nights. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to go back on that. And he's face creaming it up. I love that. He's so cool. He's really cool, actually. Okay. I got to hear this.
I do talk about the rest of the chart a lot more. I just go for the rest of it and ignore the whatever, but I don't. But I don't know. I talk about stuff, whatever. So, anyways, you're a Leo. Your moon is in Taurus, which means congratulations. You made it to the rank. You are an elite moon in Taurus.
Moon in Taurus? Is that what he said? Okay, you know what? I don't know if this is going to help. But he's got elite moon and Taurus. This might help because he's very unique communication style. And I love people like this. I absolutely love people. My favorite YouTuber for years was Amanda Breck. Okay, go to Amanda Breck's channel.
Folks, he loves people like this. Just think about that for a minute. He loves people like this. What is it? Amanda Breck, folks.
I'll put Amanda Breck's channel under here. I pray for him. I hope he's all right. I tried to talk to him on Facebook to get him on an interview, and I haven't heard from him, and he hasn't made a video in a long time. So I'm hoping he's okay. So, okay, congratulations. You made it to the rank. You are an elite moon in Taurus or and Taurus. Okay, I'm going to try and follow this.
No matter what time of birth I put in there all day from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m., you are still moon in Taurus this whole time. The whole day was moon in Taurus. Everyone who was born that day is moon in Taurus.
Okay. Everybody that's born on the day of August 19th, 1984, which is my birthday, August 19th, 1984, is a moon in Taurus, which means I'm elite. I'm getting chills, man, already. This is cool shit. I'm okay. Tell me, Dashton, what's the deal?
Okay, anyways, it looks bad. This looks so cakey and gross. Ew. This does not look like anything. Anyways, I am so sorry to waste your time. Your Mercury is in Virgo. That's how you think of communicate. I think you and Shani both have Mercury in Virgo, so that's how you think of communicate. That's cool. Okay. You have Venus also in Virgo, which is funny because Shani has Venus and Leo, and this is not even about her. It's already been about her. Just kidding. I'll probably mention her. Sorry. Taking the spotlight. I'm just kidding. So Venus and Virgo is just somebody you don't care if they're hideous or whatever. You don't care if they're just what kind of person they are. You're not shallow about it. You just want to be with someone you can spend day with. I mean, you could be with some pretty girl and be like, I can't stand that person all day.
Now, Rev knows the implications of what this guy is saying. And Rev is going to have to do some sweet talking if a certain someone sees this video. And watch this play out, folks.
You don't want to be with them. So that's it.
Well, and I know you're not saying this because look, I see a picture of Shani like when she does herself up, and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm lucky, man. I am extremely fucking lucky. I'm gonna be real. Like when she wears these glasses, it changes her face completely, guys, because it makes her eyes small. Because she's got bad eyes. So the prescription she has on her lens makes her eyes real small. So it completely changes her visage. She's got gorgeous, beautiful, big, gray-blue eyes. The prettiest eyes I think I have ever seen in my life. And I'm not just saying that. I mean it. When the light is hitting her eyes at the right angle, they sparkle like they have stars in them. It's unbelievable. I never seen eyes like that on anyone. They sparkle like I say that like the universe is in her eyes. It looks like a picture from like a satellite, like the James Webb Telescope or some shit. It's like the universe is inside her eyes. So I don't think you're saying anything, but you know, I think she's gorgeous. And you know, people say whatever they want to say, and I know there's a lot of dudes that think the exact same. But yeah, I want to say that first of all. Yeah, I think she's gorgeous. But I understand what you're saying with the comment about you do want somebody to spend your time with. You are correct.
And that's your Venus in Virgo. Sorry, I look like this. And then your Mars, your sexual expression, how you get mad at people and why you get mad, is in Sagittarius. So your moon is your emotions, it's your inner being, it's how you feel. So
Is it just me, or am I crazy? Is there like a crazy Buffalo Bill vibe kind of coming from this dude? I'm just
beautiful emotions, you have inner beauty. The way your mom dealt with you, like if you were crying or something, she was like, here's some money, here's some food, here's some money, here's some food. So she kind of schooled you, even if...
Oh my God. Absolutely 150,000% accurate. If my mother, if I ever had any inkling of sadness, it would either be food or a game or money or something like that. I was spoiled absolutely to shit. I was an only child, and yeah, I got everything I wanted. You're 100% right.
If you wasn't brought up with money or anything, whatever, doesn't mean she was rich enough to freaking do that every time you're upset. But it just kind of made you grow up thinking that money and food is love. That might have conditioned you to do that. And then, so that's a moon in Taurus. Moon in Taurus is the elite sign. It's like, when someone gets close to you, your inner self, you're beautiful inside. You're beautiful inside. Okay, you have beautiful emotions. So there's something about you, and that people really like, probably.
That's a huge compliment, but I guess it's just the characteristics of the moon and Taurus deal. But man, I have not gotten to know many people on that type of level in my life. But every time I did, that's pretty sure that's how they told me they felt about me. That there was beautiful emotions going on about it, you know. There was only one, in terms of a relationship with a girl, there was only one other girl that I had that type of connection with ever. And I'm 40. I know that's fucking weird. It's weird. I'm going to be 41 in August, but that's the truth. There was only one other girl that I ever felt that way about at all. I had like one or two crushes in school, but nothing that was like, oh, I want to ask them out. No. And until Shani came along, I was resigned and I was fine with just being a eunuch, man, and being a virgin till I died. That's the truth. I had a fucking real doll torso that I bought, that I got my sexual shit out on it, put a pair of fishnets on the fucker, and did my deeds in it and cleaned it. I cleaned the fucker. But when Shanny came into my life, I put anything porn related, everything on my hard drives I deleted. I put any kind of sex toys I had that I used, like I had a penis pump, like an electric.
Folks, we're getting all the dirt here. He pushed fishnet stockings on his rubber fucking fuck doll. And now he's talking about the penis pump. Folks, this is gold. I didn't know this shit was in it. I didn't watch this far. I want to put this back. This is worth it.
Girl that I had that type of connection with ever. And I'm 40. I know, that's fucking weird. It's weird. I'm going to be 41 in August, but that's the truth. There was only one other girl that I ever felt that way about at all. I had like one or two crushes in school, but nothing that was like, oh, I want to ask them out. No. And until Shanny came along, I was resigned and I was fine with just being a eunuch, man, and being a virgin till I died. That's the truth. I had a fucking real doll torso that I bought, that I got my sexual shit out on it, put a pair of fishnets on the fucker, and did my deeds in it and cleaned it. I cleaned the fucker. But when Shanny came into my life, I put anything porn related, everything on my hard drives I deleted. I put any kind of sex toys I had that I used, like I had a penis pump, like an electronic one. It was weird. You like filled it with water and shit. It was bizarre. I didn't even really like it that much. But anything like that, I put in a box and put it out to the garbage. Everything was gone. So, and I'll go back to what you said about the food and stuff like that being love. Yeah, but I matured past that. I would agree that I did feel that way when I was immature. But I've very much matured in that, in understanding that love is love, and it doesn't have to be food or money or any material thing. It can just be a hug. It can be, oh man, I really feel for you. That's love, you know? Well, let's continue.
The crush on when they get there, or feel your vibe, because it would be a pretty vibe of emotions, moon and Taurus, you know. So when you have moon in Libra, when I'm around somebody with moon in Libra, they are intoxicatingly beautiful. They make me feel so pretty. They make other people feel pretty. So you might make other people feel pretty and stuff, and stable and all that crap, and at ease.
I've definitely sensed that about myself. Like I could be, say, talking to, like, I don't know, just some chick. Well, it's happened. It has. I could be at, like, you know, my local market that I go to, or I used to. I can't go anywhere right now because I can't drive for reasons I'm not going to go into. There's a market here locally that I went to, and there's a lot of, like, and I'm not into this, okay? But they're younger chicks. They're younger. And it happens quite a bit that I go in there and I get the eye batting, right? And it's just a vibe I think I put off, like you said, that, like, I feel like I'm making them feel pretty. You know what I mean? And it's not anything I ever say or anything like that. It's just, I think, the way I am. Like you said, a vibe you put off. So yeah, that's another thing that's completely no one knows about me, except I've been feeling about myself a little bit. No one knows that. So he's amazing. Dashton is freaking amazing. And have him do your birth chart. I'm sure if you go to his channel, comment, be nice to him, say, hey, I saw the Rev video or whatever, and I think that's cool shit, and I want to know about my birth chart, and he might do it, you know? Let's continue.
Ease? You have something about you that you put people at ease and comfort them? And like, whatever?
Oh my God. My whole life. That has absolutely been me my whole life. I had the girls coming to me in school going, my boyfriend's such an asshole and I hate him and blah, 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 blah. I was the fat kid in high school that the girls went to tell about their asshole boyfriend, and I never had a girlfriend. I was the one that they came to, the safe guy to come to and literally cuddle me in the commons. Like they would literally cuddle up to me because I'd be warm because I was a fat boy with my hood, my Tool hoodie. I usually had a Tool hoodie on or fucking System of a Down hoodie with like Jenko jeans. And I looked like a fucking fat dork. I had big glasses, I had ugly glasses, and I had like a fucking shitty haircut that I got from an old guy, Mr. Sosnowski, his name was. He's definitely passed away now, but he was a barber in Dixon. Sorry, he was and I looked like a total fucking dork. I started to grow out my hair a little bit in senior year, but it was only to here, so I was just not. The seniors called me Farley, Chris Farley. So, do the Farley thing, and then I'd do something like Chris Farley, and they'd laugh their ass off, and that got me through school, and I didn't get bullied much. There was a couple kids that I had problems with, but everybody had problems with those two dudes. So, 3. But yeah, I got along with everyone pretty much. But I was the kid, that fat kid in high school that pretty hot chicks would come and cuddle and stuff, and people might maybe think, oh, is he like fucking her? Is he like on the side with it? No. They would literally cuddle me. We would talk about music, movies, and their boyfriend problems. And I was just sweet. I'd listen to them. And they said that you give me comfort. Like they would tell me that. Like, you're very comforting. So that's insane. This confirms astrology as being real, because it can tell you shit about your other people that know this stuff, how this works, can tell you shit about yourself that no one else knows. Like free makeup.
For wet.
Oh, okay.
This is like with that dusting, but like it would.
It's completely ignorant. But anyway,
because my moon is in the 9th house, so that's sort of like I don't know. But anyways,
9th house.
No, this thing is not working. We're coloring over the white. Anyways,
doing a Harlequin deal.
Well, you have Jupiter in Capricorn. That is your planet of luck, higher learning, expansion, and stuff. And it would mean you like just traditional, for philosophy is like traditional things, like,
Okay, all right. Now that's real interesting to me. Jupiter is considered Jesus's planet. So in my birth chart, Jupiter, which is Jesus, was in Capricorn. Is that right?
All right. Yeah, I think there's maybe even some more nuggets here, folks, but I want to get moving on. Let's go back to the channel. This one I just want to see, and then we're going to get it back into some Von Helton here. So, folks.
Hey, guys. Jesus bless you all. You got a weird shot of me here, but it'll work. Okay, and I'm using my cinematic setting. This is crazy. I don't know if it's because I started using this camera. Milan. I don't know if it's because I started using this camera. But there's been a series of events that I have to put together for you in a weird package. And I don't even really understand it, but I gotta put it out here for it. This is in the name of Jesus Christ, the Messiah, who I love. He's got to come back soon because I'm getting real bad vibes. Here's the deal. Shani showed me this video of an old woman that was all wrinkled up and she was drinking water. And I was thinking, okay, this is an AI video or something. Real weird vibes. And she's like, you gotta see this, you gotta see this. So I went over and I saw this video of this old woman drinking water. And then she turns into this like new beautiful woman. Now I immediately thought, okay, this is probably fake. A clip put together to make it look away. But it gave me a real weird buzz in my spirit, in not positive or negative. It was like, what the fuck was that? It was a spirit that I didn't know. When Shani was in jail in Colorado, I went through a time of like revelation from God. He told me there would come a time that VR would get to the point where men with pornography addictions are going to be using VR porn, and they're not going to want to even have a woman anymore. It's happening with Elon Musk robots, and they're turning into sex bots. This is all happening. God showed me this when Shani was in jail. So you really have to pray hard that Jesus get here, because, okay. Then Shani and I listened to the Miley Cyrus song, Flowers. We got a very massive emotional experience from like listening to it from the iPhone, Dolby Atmos, like surround on the speakers. We got this severe sorrow, but like joy at the same time feeling. And it felt like something was weird there. I walked to get cigarettes today, and I felt like there was a moment in time that everything froze. And there was no sound. I don't know if it's because I'm using this fucking crazy Apple camera. I don't know. But this is wild fucking shit, and I'm like tripped. I don't know if this is a power shift, negative, positive. Can't. I feel like in the spirit something of what the fuck just happened. I should probably read some R.I.P. Morals and Dogma, 1944 edition, Southern Jurisdiction. All the philosophers and legislators that made antiquity illustrious were pupils of the initiation, and all the beneficent modifications in the religions of the different people instructed by them were owing to their institution and extension of the mysteries in the chaos of popular superstitions. Those mysteries alone kept man from lapsing into absolute brutishness. That's how they feel about you. You're a fucking cattle. You're a sack of shit cattle that they own. I have horrible dry mouth. Here's the deal. You need to pray hard. Now, we just saw a video of Nikocado Avocado where it looks like his skull was literally gone. Like, and it's just like a husk of his face. And he's like, I will step aside. It was the most haunting video I've ever seen. There's a what the fuck in the spirit.
All right. So that's that stuff. Let's get back to our regular, I can't even speak, whatever. Let's get back to what we were doing. Let's get that going. All right, here we go, folks. I think
when it was
there we go back.
grown gator out. Punishment.
Oh yeah.
Why are the innocent dying while the guilty go free? Why the senseless killing? Why the stealing? Why has everything been allowed to occur the way it has? But perhaps you've already answered me. Perhaps you've already told me where it is. Perhaps punishment is in me. So now you're saying there's a F-35 that also was involved in a collision?
Yeah, just type F-35 on Google News. You should find it.
F-35 on Google News. All right.
And you heard about the medevac that was just the other day, right?
Right.
Medical airplane.
Crash.
The medical one, I think, was an actual accident. It was probably a bird strike with both engines, and it just nosedived into the ground.
Well, see, the problem I have is that X-35 is, or F-35 now, it used to be X-35 when it was a prototype, but it's F-35 now. The F-35 is one of the most advanced aircraft in the world. And for it to crash into anything is damn near impossible because, I mean, they've got all kinds. I mean, they've got radar, sonar, LiDAR. They've got all kinds of equipment for that very reason, to prevent them from crashing into somebody because they're traveling at such a high rate of speed. So I'm having a really hard time believing that an F-35 would crash into anything. I'm having a really hard time with that. Yeah, here it is. USA Today, F-35 fighter jet crashes at Ellison Air Force Base in Alaska after pilot ejects. Okay, dramatic video. Oh, wow. Well,
yeah, you can watch the video if you want, but the pilot survived. He ejected, so.
Yeah, he ejected, so he's okay. So,
imagine crashing.
Nice. Okay, that's really bizarre.
Yeah.
That is really bizarre.
Must have been a
It
mechanical
literally
failure.
just falls straight down.
Yeah. And then
That's
following
really
that,
bizarre.
then like literally the next day we had that Nighthawk collision with the civilian aircraft.
Okay, see okay, I have a real problem with that because, I mean, you know, when, you know, now if the plane had been tumbling a lot, which it was not, but had it been tumbling a lot, I might could see the rapid descent and the straight down of it, you know, if it was tumbling really, really fast a lot, you know. But it wasn't doing that. It was just barely turning, you know, the idea being that, you know, given enough height and enough time and enough airspeed, it might have actually glided to you know, I mean, it was still crashed, don't get me wrong, but it would have at least attempted to glide into the ground instead of just straight down. I mean, that's nuts. I don't get that, and I don't understand why he bailed out. I guess there must have been a major malfunction of some kind, but
yeah, they'll probably never let him fly again unless it can be proven that he was
that he was innocent. That he was innocent of it.
That
that it was
crashed
a
$1 billion
mechanical.
jet. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to crash $1 million airplane. No, that's a
$1 billion,
bad thing.
I think it is.
2 million. Well, 2 million. Yeah,
No,
whatever.
billion.
Oh, billion. Yeah,
I think that's how much it costs. I don't know.
I think it is billion, actually. Yeah, I think
Could be
it is
wrong.
billion. It's a lot. Okay. Anyway, you still don't want to crash a plane that costs that much because you know got a lot of evil stares if you do. So I'm you know
Yeah, it goes on your
I'm
record.
curious that. But see, like I said, I thought it was a crash. I thought it was crashing into another airplane, but this thing just falls flat straight down. I mean, what the hell? You know, now it did tumble a little bit, but still it shouldn't have fallen straight down. It should have, you know, kind of meandered a bit or something, but it fell straight down like a rock. It's like, what? That doesn't make no sense to me, but, you know, I don't know. Very weird how it just fell straight down like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of airplane accidents lately. I'm not fucking flying anywhere.
Yeah, don't. Let me
We got Turkey. Yeah, Turkey. No, Turkey, no. Come on, come here. Come here, Turkey.
All right, everybody. Okay. What do you want, Floppy Dog?
I just hope Pam Bondi goes after all these corrupt individuals in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, like I said on True Social, a handful of Democrats on a leaky boat are going to save the world. You know, to spoof off of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
No, fuck no. I'm surprised these idiots on True Social haven't grown a brain. Trump is a Democrat. Bondi is a Democrat. Tulsi Gabbard is a Democrat. R.I.P is a Democrat. Elon Musk is a Democrat. Is anybody getting the memo here? You
Oh,
just
J.D. Vance used to be a Democrat.
What's that? What's that? Who used to be a Democrat?
I might cut out. J.D. Vance used to be a Democrat.
He did. And yeah, see, and that's my point. That's my point. I can't understand why people on True Social and other social media as well, but True Social especially, I can't understand why they can't see they've been played. They're all Democrats, not one Republican among them, and y'all didn't figure that. I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm sorry, I don't get it. It makes no damn sense to me. You would think that people would be, hey, now wait a minute. Trump used to hang out with Bill and Hillary Clinton. He's a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tulsi Gabbard's a Democrat. Pam Bondi's a Democrat. J.D. Vance is a Democrat. Elon Musk is a Democrat. RFK is a Democrat. You know, and you know, a light bulb should be going over the heads of every patriot in the United States saying, hey, wait a minute. We just put a shitload of Democrats in there who wasted no time bringing all a bunch of globalists and putting them all in power in our government. And nobody's got a problem with that. Nobody's ever, well, Vaughn, yeah, everything's just fine. Really? He just put 2 members of Soros on his team. 2 members of Soros. He literally put them on his team. What's up? How do you go to drain the swamp if you're hiring the swamp? How does that work? How does that shit work? You know, he's supposed to be draining the swamp, not hiring it, not empowering it, emboldening it, giving it a platform, giving it the power to hurt American citizens, by the way. So I'm at a loss for words. I'm at a total loss for words. How people can literally get hoodwinked into this mess, because it is a mess. It's a quagmire. It's an absolute quagmire. Now, what humors me, and it just absolutely does to no end, is all these Democrats. Oh, we're going to buck the system. We're going to fight against Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard's a Democrat. Why are you Democrats not voting for her? RFK is a Democrat. Why are the Democrats not voting for him?
Mm-hmm.
J.D. Vance is a Democrat. Why aren't the Democrats voting? This is all kabuki theater, folks. I'm telling you, it's all kabuki theater, and y'all are going to get played. Y'all are going to get played. Well, you're already being played, but you're
I
going to
think JFK Jr. is going to be hard to pass in the Senate.
Well, JFK Jr. is, you mean RFK Jr.?
Yeah.
RFK Jr. is going to be hard to pass because that's part of the script. This is all a goddamn play. It has to be. Because Democrats are loyal to one another. I got to give them credit for that. You know, us conservatives, we don't, you know, it's harder than hell to get us together in a group. But Democrats, man, you can't get them separated. They'll stick together through thick and thin. Doesn't matter how evil they are, how corrupt they are, they'll stick together. So I'm just, you know, I'm just but I am at a loss, man. I am just totally at a loss. as to how people could have been so blindsided as to allow this shit to happen. And then on top of it, nobody thought to read his book. Now, I'm guilty of that one too, because I should have read this guy's books before voting for him, and I didn't. I'll never make that mistake again. How much you want to bet? The next time somebody's running for political office and they've got a book or 2 books or 3 books, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to read them damn things before I go and vote. Because, see, if I'd have known he was a Jew, I would have never voted for the clown because, A, Jews are not supposed to be able to run for political office. All these Jews in our government, patently illegal. Jews cannot be American citizens. Ergo, they can't run for government office. Okay, you got to be an American to run for government office. Yeah. And all these Jews in our government is patently illegal and unconstitutional. Okay. You don't think the founding fathers wanted people in government to be Americans? Of course they did. And they said as much. But see, everybody just glosses over it. Well, see, we need to stop doing that. We need to stop glossing over what the founders said. But yeah, man, this is just ridiculous. Right there on page 188 in Trump's book, The Way to the Top, it states quite clearly, I am in counsel with a rabbi of Kabbalah. There it is, man. And then later on, he says, I spoke to my rabbi, and my rabbi says, work harder, don't quit, work harder, or something to that effect. All right. So, and then I think in another one of his books, he talks about another rabbi that he associates with regularly. Okay. Well, now, do Christians associate with rabbis? No. Do Muslims associate with rabbis? No. Do pagans associate with rabbis? No. That's a Jewish thing because he is a Jew. And by the way, his father's a Jew too. We got pictures of his father. His father's running around wearing the little kippah thing, a little cap, little ball cap, little head, skull cap, sitting there wearing that thing, running around all over the place. Black and white pictures, of course, because that was way back in the day. But yeah, we got his father was a Jew. He's a Jew. His daughter is now a Jew, even if she wasn't a Jew before, she is now because she married a Jew. How do you think? What Christian? If a Christian truly believes that Jews murdered Jesus in cold blood, why in the world would they let a Jew marry their daughter if they're a Christian? Well, they wouldn't, would they? No. These people supposedly murdered Christ, but I'm going to let my daughter marry one of them? No, hell no. Wild horses couldn't get me to be okay with that. But yet Trump did. Why? Because he was already a Jew. He was never a Christian.
Speaking of which, Netanyahu was at the White House today.
Well, of course he was. Of course he was. And by the way, your humble correspondent said that he would probably be there, that he's got this big shit-eating grin on his face, because he does. And of course, yeah, certainly. And it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. And, people, and I try to tell people, oh, well, Von, you're exaggerating, or you're anti-Semitic, or you're racist, or you're whatever, bigoted. No, it's called following the Constitution of the United States and following the will of the founders of this great nation, of which I will not yield. No Jew, no Muslim is supposed to be in our government, yet both of them are. In fact, Catholics aren't supposed to be either. Catholics aren't supposed to be here either. The Catholics were banned from coming to the United States because, the founders, when they came here, they were persecuted by the Church of England and the Church of Rome. Well, why would you allow the Pope to come over here and take over the country if you're being persecuted by the man? Well, you wouldn't, see? And so, yeah, Catholics are banned from coming over here. Now, this is going to come as a major shock to Nick Fuentes, who truly believes that Catholicism founded the United States. Well, I'm sorry, Nick, it did not. Catholics were forbidden to come here, and as far as I know, they're still forbidden unless it got repealed or something, because they didn't want the Pope taking control of the United States. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't want the Pope taking control of an old dog kennel right now because, all this pedophilia going rampant through the Catholic circles. I sure as hell wouldn't want that in my country. But moreover, the founders were persecuted by the Church of Rome for their particular belief in Christianity, and so as a result, they didn't want Catholics here. And I can't say as I blame them. I can't. Not with all the stuff coming out about Catholicism now, transgenderism and all the child stuff, coming out. It's like, no, man, don't want that stuff here. So it's interesting, that we've got all three in our government, and neither one of the three is supposed to even be in the country, let alone in our government. And so, no, I am approaching this from a strict adherence of what the founding fathers wanted and what the Constitution says. And 99.99% of the time, those two things match. So, there are a few exceptions, obviously, but 99.99% of the time, those two match. So, in fact, I just saw something in passing regarding the founders and what they had believed and thought and felt for the nation. And I'm trying to remember, and I can't remember it to save my life. I had it and it's gone. Poof, it's gone. So, oh well. Anywho, but yeah, man, they're not supposed to be here. The Jewish Torah and Talmud say absolutely without reservation that the only thing a Jew can swear allegiance to is to Hashem, which means you can't swear to protect and defend the Constitution, nor can you pledge allegiance to the flag. Okay, Jews and Muslims can't do that. Now, on the Muslim side, the Quran says you cannot take non-Muslims as friends, and you cannot swear loyalty and fealty to anything that is non-Muslim. Okay, so the Jews and the Muslims, for sure, without a doubt, cannot be American citizens. Now, the Catholics, like I said, they're barred from being here because of the Pope. And probably now because of all the kiddie crap that's going on behind the scenes in the Catholic Church. So that's just it. I'm sorry. And that's just the way it goes. What do you want me to say? And let's be clear. I don't hate anyone. All right. I don't. I really don't. What I hate is ideologies that want to kill me, or at the very least enslave me. Well, I got a real problem with that. Okay. I got a real problem with that. When I read in the Talmud where the Jews want to enslave the Americans and take over the country and turn it into a Jewish state, I have a real problem with that. I have a real problem with that. And Sam Samuels bucked me on this last night over on John's Facebook. Sit there and bucked me on this all night, even though I had the book right there on the screen, Israel Zangwill, The Melting Pot, where Zangwill came up with the whole idea of saying that America was a melting pot and that we were a land of immigrants and that we had to allow all these immigrants to come in here. None of it was true. It was all created by a Jew, a Bolshevik Jew named Israel Zangwill. And Sam Samuels, oh, well, it's okay. That's all good. I said, no, it's not good because it was never meant to be. We weren't supposed to be taking in people all over the world. No, we're not. We're only supposed to take the best and brightest, and the best and brightest is supposed to contact their embassy. They will be given some shots. They'll be given a battery of tests. They'll be given, a thorough security check to make sure they're not a criminal and shit. Then they get put on a waiting list. You're typically on the waiting list for 2 years, and then you can come to the United States. That's real immigration. Anything else other than that is not immigration. It's an invasion. All right. And that's why it needs to be made clear. Now, you notice none of these feckless congressmen ever once bring up the real way to come into this country. Why? Because they want the illegals to come in. The Republicans and the Democrats, they both want them to come in. The Democrats want them because they think they can get votes out of them, and the Republicans want them so that they have something to bitch about the Democrats about. So they both want them. Now supposedly the Holman guy, he's out there, he's making arrests and he's grabbing these people and deporting them and stuff. I hope that's true. But I mean, Do we have any real proof that he is? No, that's thousands of miles away. I have no idea what's going on, and you don't either. So I mean, we're going by what they say and hoping that, hoping that they really are doing what they say they're doing, because I'm not over there to supervise and see what they're really doing. I couldn't tell you from Adam, and neither could anybody else. And most of that shit's not recorded any damn way. So there you go. We're taking it. Oh shit! I forgot to give out the link. So we're taking it by faith that these people are doing what they say they're doing, and I don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff going on. So have you looked at any computers lately, or?
All right, what'd you say?
I was just wondering if you looked at any new computers lately.
Nope.
No,
not yet. No, not yet. Like I said, I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm gonna get a new computer. I'm just gonna, because
just your motherboard and your graphics
Yeah,
card.
just the motherboard, CPU, and memory. Yeah, I don't think I need a new computer. The thing of it is, I mean, it's hard to get a full-size tower anymore. I've noticed.
Yeah, they're all so expensive.
No, they just don't exist. I went on Newegg and couldn't even find a full-size tower. All I could find was mid-sized. So either they've been discontinued or they're out of them or something.
Oh, you're talking about the really tall ones.
Yeah, the full-sized tower. And you can't find them.
Yeah, I don't think they sell those anymore.
Oh well, shit, that's horrible.
Yeah, you could always get a mid-side.
Okay. All righty. Exclusive JD Vance on cabinet confirmations. Knock on wood, but I think we get every single one of our nominations. You ain't getting Matt Gaetz. Punt.
No, he quit.
Well, of course he quit. He had no choice.
Too much pressure on him.
He didn't have a choice. They said, give up your seat and come be on our team. He gives up his seat, and it's like, oh well, you got to be Israel first, and he's like, well, fuck, what do I do? Well, the only thing he could do, just quit. That was the only choice he had. It wasn't like he had a choice. He didn't have no choice. He'd already given up his seat, and he was being rejected by the Trump team because he didn't put Israel first. He put America first. And so that's the end of that. So yeah, he quit. He didn't have a choice. It's not like he had an option. Oh well. And I want to make sure that every American never forgets how Trump did Matt Gaetz by doing that. Because that was dirty, man. That was cold-blooded doing that. And the people on True Social, and man, I tell you, Trump does one bad thing after another, and they just keep right on going. They just keep right on going. Oh, he's the great white hope. He's going to save us all. No, he's not going to do shit. And like I told these people on True Social, I said, look, we've already seen with our own eyes what happens. Trump can sit there and make 1,000 executive orders. And then when the Democrat comes in 4 years from now, he's just going to make executive orders renouncing all of Trump's executive orders, like Biden just did. That's all he's going to do. So I mean, even if you did get all this good stuff, short-lived, because the Democrats will cheat and they'll get back in 4 years. That's how they do. That's how they do. And then they get stupid people to vote for them.
They're really pushing this bird flu thing.
Actually, I hardly ever hear about bird flu. And I'm on the internet all day long, and I hardly ever hear about it.
Well, just type out bird flu on Google News, you'll find it.
Well, of course, if I do that. But I mean, it isn't in my face. There isn't, oh my God, we're all going to fucking die. It wasn't like COVID. It wasn't like COVID. COVID
I'm
was
telling you, I'm not getting a goddamn bird flu vaccine.
Well, I ain't getting no vaccine. It is. It's just the way it is, man. Mike Lindell is now selling coffee. And I'm like, okay. All right. You got the quartering. He's selling coffee. Tim Pool is selling coffee. David Knight is selling coffee. Now Mike Lindell is selling coffee. And what's the name of my show again? Morning Coffee. Can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. So, and now Mike Lindell is now selling coffee. Google it. Mike Lindell is now selling coffee. Yes, he is. I just started that shit. It's like, what? So, yeah. The trolls signed me up to receive emails from the Satanic Temple, which I thought was just hilariously funny. And you can donate $6.66 monthly.
What, they used your email?
Huh?
They used your email?
The trolls used my email to sign me up to the Satanic Temple's newsletter. And so now I get the Satanic Temple's newsletter through in my email.
Yeah, I got a lot of spam emails as well. Like, that's the problem. If they find your email, they can sign you up for a whole bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they don't have your credit card and you don't have to pay for nothing.
Right. Well, the thing of it is that this actually might be beneficial, because it's probably a good idea to know what these guys are saying and thinking, and then, be able to counter it or something, later on. So it probably worked out good. The gods of freedom religion will take everything these assholes do, spin it around for something good, something that actually edifies me and benefits me. So, but yeah, I thought that was cute. $6.66 a month will keep you hooked up solid with them, Okay. All right, whatever.
Speaking of trolls, do you hear about this guy, Music Biz Marty? You know who that is?
Heard about a who what?
Music Biz Marty. He's the troll at Cyrex.
Vaughn literally sat on Music Biz Marty's live stream, just a couple months ago?
Oh, yeah. Supposedly.
Apparently he passed away the other day.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, so they are dropping like flies.
Well, like I said, you can't sit there and plot to destroy a man's entire family and get his inheritance stolen. That money was so that I could live, folks, so that I could have something to live on. All right. Frost has absolutely no right to anything of my mother's and mine at all. I'm supposed to be able to live on that money and pay my bills and all that good jazz. Well, I can't do it because Frost stole it and put it in his bank account, which, by the way, is a violation of executorship, because he's not allowed to do that. He was supposed to put it in the estate bank account. Well, he didn't do that. He put it in his personal bank account, which is violation of the executorship. But now, is anybody going after his happy ass? No, not one soul. Not one soul is raising Cain about it. And the trolls ain't going to say shit because, oh my God, well, Trump's the greatest, or James Arnold Frost is the greatest thing since sliced bread to the trolls. But that just really irks me, because that money's, I needed that money to live on. That's why my mom put it away in the first damn place, so that I'd have money to live on after she was gone. That money does not belong to Frost. The guns don't belong to Frost. The lawn equipment don't belong to Frost. Mom's 1920 Victoria jewelry, which God only knows how much that's worth, does not belong to James Arnold Frost. It belongs to me. And it needs to come back to me. But oh well. Oh, try and give me.
They're
Try and
dropping
give
like
me.
flies. So
What?
they're dropping like flies, anyways. So.
They are, and and that's a good thing, I guess. Pardon me. Winning Team Publishing. Damn, had me going there for a second. I thought I'd actually won something. Yeah.
Well, that's how they trick you into
Trick you into clicking on shit. Yeah, you get tricky into clicking on it. Word salad, man. Word salad.
Anyways, we're on the 40-minute mark. What do you want to do?
I'm still going. We're not an hour yet.
Yeah, might as well for another hour.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, we ain't got the first hour yet. Let's get the first hour.
Yeah, we'll see about at the 1 hour mark.
Yeah, we'll see what happens at 1 hour mark. That's right. That's how I do it. The guys here lately have been telling me it's 1 hour. I don't know why, but just they do that.
Have you done a show with John lately, or?
I told you I did a show with John yesterday. We had Sammy on, and Sammy was on a tirade.
Oh, where about? I didn't see the link.
It's on John's Facebook, whatever that is.
Yeah, so I won't be able to get it.
I don't know what John's Facebook is, so
it's probably better stay away from the trolls.
Yeah.
Anything for dinner tonight, or?
I had sauerkraut and weenies, and I had some kind of meat. I'm not sure what kind of meat that was actually. And earlier we had some deli meat. Me and the dogs. I gave the dogs some of it. Floppy is kind of under the weather, so I've been kind of giving him a little extra treats, to keep him going, keep him motivated.
Yeah, give him a piece of cheese once in a while.
Well, exactly. Try to keep him going. Peanut butter, cheese, and.
So, do you ever use a site called the Reddit?
I've been to Reddit a few times.
Apparently, it's like a cesspool now. I wouldn't even bother with it. Like every type of Reddit I post on gets removed by a moderator.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the bad thing about Reddit. The bad thing about Reddit is that all you need to do to silence somebody on Reddit is just get a bunch of trolls together and just keep spamming the dislike button. And after so many dislikes, Reddit just takes your account and mutes you, website wide. Okay, if I go on Reddit right now, I can't post. I can't do shit. I can read, but I can't post. Can't post. Can't do nothing because a bunch of sparmy ass assholes, troll their version of trolls, just sat there and spam the fucking dislike button, and then Reddit just. That's it. You can't talk anymore. Freedom of speech gone. And
you can't even post anything. Like the moment you post something, it gets deleted instantly.
Well, of course, yeah.
I even got banned from the aviation subreddit.
If you can post at all.
Yeah.
Which I tried several times to post. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's no point.
I
didn't know how the website's still up, honestly.
I was talking about Borderlands, and how that one character in Borderlands is damn near undefeatable.
Mm-hmm.
And and I was talking about it, and their version of trolls I guess every website has trolls, but their version of trolls. I just started spamming the down button. Next thing I know, I can't talk. I can't talk anywhere.
Well, that's what happens on there. If someone doesn't like you, you can get your post removed instantly. It's
Yeah,
bullshit.
see, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. So Reddit is not ready for prime time. Not at all. But oh well, that's all right. You know, they're free to do whatever the hell they want to do. Let them do it. Let them do what they want. But yeah. Oh, did you? Let's see here. Did I post that? I don't fucking know. Let me go check. Let me go check if I posted that link. No, I did not. Shit. Okay. Let me get this stuff over because we're almost an hour in, and I
Yeah, I'm
haven't
thinking
given
of cutting off at an hour. So
I haven't given out the damn link. We've been sitting here talking, and I didn't even give out the damn link.
all right, send it to who you must.
John messaged me over on Google, and
You want to send him the link?
he wanted me to go over to his show. I guess he's with Sammy, and
Okay.
I'm not really interested in going. I'd rather John come here, to be honest.
Well, send him the link. See if he will.
I did. I already did. I sent it a long time ago. He has not responded, and I sent him an email saying message me on Steam. Well, my Steam is sitting there. He ain't messaged me. So there you go. Shit. Oh boy. Let's see here. Now what do we got here?
Well, I heard the jackpot in the States is like 113 million.
Yeah, it's getting up there. It's nowhere near where it's supposed to be, but because I usually don't play until it's over 200 million. And the
And that's
reason
usually will always go to the state of California, who always wins all the time.
well, see, the reason why I don't play until it gets 200 million is because the government takes half of it. And see that, so in order to get $100 million, the jackpot has to be 200 million, because the government takes half, federal, state, and local. By the time they get done, and county, by the time they get done, you only have half of your money. So, so I have to wait until it's 200 million before I play, and then that way I'm guaranteed to get 100 million after the government gets its cut. Well, now this is, pardon me, this is interesting. Let me see here.
What's interesting?
I'm going to show you here in just a second. I'll show you here in just a second. I got to convert it to a JPEG, though. It's a WEBP or whatever. I don't know why they do that, but they do. Why can't everybody just make things a JPEG and be done with it? Is it because of the compression? I mean, we do. All you got to do is set the compression slider to 0, and that way you get a high quality image. I mean, I would have thought that would be common sense, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it is not. Maybe it's Maybelline. All right, so let me get this here. And we're going to go to here, and go to there. And we're going to go to there. Where? Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, we're getting there. Yes, we are. There it is. Beautiful. Beautiful in its simplicity. This is interesting. So interesting, in fact, that we're going to show it to you. All right, you ready? Here we go. Here we go, people. All right. Since the outbreak of the conflict in Syria, Israel has awarded drilling rights for oil and gas in Israel and in Israeli occupied Syria to a company called Genie Energy. Guess who's on the board of Genie Energy? Dick Cheney, ex-vice president of the USA, Jacob Rothschild, Rupert Murdoch, James Woolsey, Bill Richard, Larry Summers, and Michael Steinhardt. The absolute last people you would ever want in charge of anything are on this Genie Energy board. And it's like, wow, it's like a who's who of corruption and just, well, they're dangerous. They're dangerous people, man. What, Sharpie? Oh, come on, man. All right. Anyway. So, yeah, that's crazy. But Jacob Rothschild and Dick Cheney and Rupert Murdoch and James Woolsey and Bill Richards, them guys I know. Now, the bottom two guys, I don't know them very well, but I sure as hell know them other five. And I wouldn't want them on a board of dog catchers, let alone in charge of oil and gas. No way in hell. But yet there they are. And that is just too funny. That is just too funny. That's why the Syrian war is good for business, at least as far as these characters are concerned. Well, yeah, there you go.
Well, I got to get going. If you want to continue the show, I got to go for dinner and stuff. So.
Okay, buddy. Well, you have a good one.
Yeah, we'll talk in a couple of days, I guess.
All right. See ya. Man, there he went. He's gone. But at least we got to talk to him. But yeah, what about that? Dick Cheney, Jacob Rothschild, Rupert Murdoch, James Woolsey, and Bill Richardson? Oh my God. The absolute last people you would ever want on any kind of staff. Remember Dick Cheney accidentally shooting someone in the face? Or have you all forgotten that story? And Jacob Rothschild, I don't think anything else needs to be said about him. And then Rupert Murdoch, who is a big Hillary Clinton supporter. James Woolsey, ex-CIA director, covered up a whole bunch of government projects. Bill Richards, ex-U.S. Energy Secretary, Bill Richardson, excuse me, ex-Energy Secretary. He was in some kind of corruption. I forget now what the hell it was, but he was in some kind of corruption. And these people are in charge of Genie Energy. No, bad idea. Bad idea. Really bad idea. Very bad idea. Very bad idea. All right, let's get rid of that. Speaking of which, let's see. Somebody passed a vote today. I'm trying to think of which one it was. I think it was RFK. He passed 15-14 or some shit. I think it was. Passed 15-14. I believe. Every day's a good day when you paint. I believe. But yeah, I think it was. I believe it was. Ooh, yes, he was. But yeah, crazy. My friend on True Social posted it. Netherlands court orders Bill Gates and Albert Boria, however you say his name, to stand trial over COVID death and injury shots. There you go. CamesNews.org. CamesNews.org. So there you go. Or Karen, C-A-I-R-N, Karen's News. I guess. I don't know. Let's see here. Let me zoom it in. All right. Beautiful, people. Beautiful. Netherlands court orders Bill Gates and Albert Bourla to stand trial over COVID death and injury shots. Couldn't happen to a nicer group of people. October 22nd, 2024, a Netherlands court last week ruled that Bill Gates can stand trial in the Netherlands in a case involving 7 people injured by COVID-19 vaccines. According to the Dutch newspaper, like I just showed you, we got him on video saying that with new vaccine in 5 minutes, well, 6 minutes now, $1 billion. So Brittany is not suffering. Brittany is not hurting. Brittany will be just fine. So she'll be just fine. So now all I got to do is get my inheritance back, and then I'll be doing just fine. It's quite substantial. So I get that back, everything will be just fine. Anyway, that's going to do it. And you all have a pleasant day and a better tomorrow. Bye.
Folks. And I think that's where we're going to end it tonight. There is a new morning coffee or something that Von Helton did put out, but we'll save it for another time. It looks like it's just about Gaza and Israel and probably more Jew bashing and all that kind of stuff. But folks, we got some content tonight. Of course, the big news of Music Biz Marty. How will that play out? Will we see the ghost of Music Biz Marty? I don't know. But, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. The Rev had some gold nuggets. I might have to fish that little bit out about him banging the rubber torso with fishnets on. I think that's a snippet that should be archived unto itself. I don't know what you guys think. But, we had some moments. Folks, thanks for joining. Thumbs it up. All that good stuff. And thanks for coming out. Have a good night or a good morning, whatever the case may be.